Good afternoon. Welcome to Japan for the B.LEAGUE and the battle between Eastern Conference Akita Northern HAPPINETS and Eastern Conference winners UTSUNOMIYA Brex. Well, the Akita Northern HAPPINETS wearing the pink. That's their team colors, and the fans fully embrace that. They are wearing the team colors here. And looking forward to going up against one of the best teams in Asian basketball, without a doubt. UTSUNOMIYA Brex, you can see on the left there in the Eastern Conference, already at 44-10 have clinched first place. Headed to the playoffs, they're ahead of Chiba Jets, who are trying to hold on to that second place, and then Gunma Crane Thunder right behind them at 34-20. At 26-28, Akita Northern HAPPINETS have had a good season, but not good enough to make it to the postseason. They have too much ground to make up in the wild card race, where you see Seahorses of Makawa and Gunma Crane Thunder occupy those two spots. Not enough games left for Akita Northern HAPPINETS, but that doesn't mean that they haven't had a solid season in the B-League, because they have indeed played very well. You could see giving as good as they were getting yesterday, but when you go up against UTSUNOMIYA Brex, it can be tough, and it was tough yesterday with UTSUNOMIYA winning it 80-69. DJ Newbill came out, got it going, as he so often does. Zico Cornell, the head coach, who has taken that head post following the sad passing of Coach Kevin Braswell. The roster for Akita: Gadiaga, Kurohawa, Taguchi, Akaho, Kumagai, Matoda, Leisner, Nakayama, Oguri, Mekawolu, Giannis Moran, and Tsuchiya, Alistair Tsuchiya. And here is Gadiaga, very explosive, scoring here on the wing. He can thrive in transition, and there he is. He had the 8 points yesterday in 18 minutes, 3 of 8 from the floor. He was 2 of 4 from deep. For UTSUNOMIYA, well, Makoto Hijima, the former league MVP and Japan national team star. Ogawa, Yusuke Endo, Takeuchi, the veteran center. Takashima, Watanabe, Murakishi, Ishikawa, Ikaruga, Newbill, Edwards, Jarrett, and Fotu. And it's really tough to, in my opinion, to, when you weigh up the pluses and minuses of all the teams, you know, is Brex going to be the team to beat? They might just be when you look at their lineup. And here is Newbill again yesterday, just doing everything. 27 points, 7 of 10 from three-point range, just unstoppable. And anytime he plays like that, I think he can just pretty much head to the locker room, get dressed, and go home, because there's only one team that's going to win, and it's going to be UTSUNOMIYA Brex. He was fantastic. Hijima also had 15 points, and Fotu, the New Zealand international, had 14 points. Referees today: Kano, Nagoshi, and Uenishi. But what makes this, Newbill is without question the great talent, but Grant Jarrett is fantastic, both offensively, although he didn't really show it yesterday. He only had 6 points, 3 of 11 from the floor, but he also brings it on defense with his shot blocking. Gavin Edwards has been really good of late. He was good in midweek. He only had 7 points yesterday, 3 of 9. So they really did need Newbill, everything that he could provide yesterday. Hijima, Endo, Takeuchi, Newbill, and Grant Jarrett will be the starting 5 today. And the big 4-0 stands out when you look at that starting lineup. What a story. Takeuchi still in the starting lineup for Zico Coronel, the head coach from New Zealand. So Kumagai 10th in assists for Akita. Keep an eye on him. Giannis Moran 10th in terms of rebounds at 8.6. Takuya Nakayama 8th in steals. Shigehiro Taguchi 2nd in three-point shooting at 42.4% in the league. So those are some impressive numbers as we look at them getting ready to come out. Meanwhile, as we look at them, I'll just remind you that with UTSUNOMIYA, Newbill is 4th overall in scoring at 17.5 points, 2nd in assists at 6.1, 10th in three-point shooting at 39%, and Hijima 1st in three-point shooting at 45.2%. Kenji Maeda, the head coach. What a great performance that was. You can see the team stats from yesterday. 3 more threes were made by Brex. I mean, they shot it so well yesterday. 41.2%. Any coach will take that. Tanner Leisner again as we look at the starting lineups for Akita Northern HAPPINETS, as well as Gadayaga, Kurohawa, Nakayama, and Giannis Moran. And for UTSUNOMIYA Brex, it's Hijima, Endo, Takeuchi, Newbill, and Jarrett. And the pressure is off in so much that Brex have already clinched the East, but at no time do you want to have any loss of concentration. You want to remain sharp. I know it's not easy. It's a long season. You got the playoffs coming up. You want to avoid injuries, but you also want to maintain that sharpness. So that song that we heard right there before the game here at Akita, they always sing their prefecture's song before the start of the game. So that's what that was. Very nice indeed. Well, hello everybody. If you're just joining us, we are underway. The B-League battle between Akita Northern Happinets in the pink and UTSUNOMIYA Brex in the white. And it's UTSUNOMIYA winning the opening tip and coming out. And Grant Jarrett, who had the tough day offensively yesterday, comes out, tries to snap out of his funk and misses from three-point range. And Giannis Moran misses as well. And curiously, Leisner misses. He was right there. And meanwhile, it doesn't matter because Gadiaga comes out and hits a three. So when is a miss in the lane good? When you get the offensive rebound and end up getting a three-pointer. The three-pointer no good from Endo, but now they get the offensive rebound. Again, another chance, but he stepped out of bounds, Endo, as he drove in. Giannis Moran at the stripe. The Frenchman misses that one, so he starts 0 for 2. Endo, another three attempt and another miss. Grant Jarrett goes for the rebound and he's fouled by Tanner Leisner. Makoto Hijima. Well, he might be number one in three-point shooting, but even he misses with his first attempt. Nice little wraparound, and that's what Giannis Moran wants. He wants to get it right there for that first attempt. Excellent work from Kurihawa. Newbill gets it over to Hijima, and eventually they're going to fall, and they do. It's 5-3. Makoto Hijima, the Japanese. I think probably when it's all said and done, when he wraps up his career, you'll be able to call him a legend. I mean, anybody that plays and has as much success and wins as many titles, also plays for the country, and has so many individual awards, I think you can already attach the name legend, living legend, to the name of Makoto Hijima. Kurihawa dribbles in, drifts in, hits it again to Moran, but he doesn't catch it. Ball knocked away. Now a chance for Brex to tie it, maybe even take the lead. And Takeuchi misses on the baseline. Nakayama has the basketball. He gets in the paint and puts it up and in. He's got the shorter hair now. A little bit more fleet of foot, goes down, gives him a 4-point advantage. Giannis Moran, or excuse me, Newbill, and here is Grant Jarrett. And powers his way up, and that's exactly what he needs. Get something down low, establish yourself. Giannis Moran, a mixture of maybe looking a little tired, and also the reality is he is going up against a powerful front line. You got to remember they've also got Kotu coming off the bench and Gavin Edwards. Well, good defense from Hijima. Leisner can't get to it. Saved in bounds by Newbill. They get it over quickly to Endo, doesn't hesitate, puts it up. And turnovers are absolutely toxic for a team like Akita in a game like this. If you want to beat Brex, you can't beat yourself. So they get punished with the three-pointer. Oh, I thought we were going to see a Kareem skyhook, but instead they go out to Leisner for the three-pointer. Newbill, sweet finish. Kurhawa missing, but there's Moran. Busy hands in there. Leisner over to Kurhawa for three. And it's Jarrett that corrals the rebound. Jarrett from deep misses another one, another long rebound to Hijima. And Jarrett catches it and turns it into an alley-oop. It's just his mix of length and talent and smarts that makes Grant Jarrett one of the best players, I think, in the Eastern Conference and probably the entire B-League. Yes, he misses, but the fact that he's going to catch it and he has the wherewithal just to go ahead and turn it into an alley-oop. So Maeda calling timeout to try to figure out what to do to cope with that man. And Brex midway through this first quarter. Hijima knock it down the three-pointer. Indo had 3 points yesterday in the win. It was 1 of 4 from three-point range. And today, he's 1 of 3 from three-point range already. Mekawolu checks into the game for Akita, as does Isaac Fotu and Takashima for Brex. Not to mention, Ogawa comes into the game, who's lightning quick, number 7. Keep an eye on him for Brex in the white. He's guarding Matoda in that right corner. Tayo Matoda. That's more like it. That's what they need. Nakayama. Here he is. Ogawa. Sumo Ogawa. Dribbling around. Gavin Edwards in the game as well. Number 33 hands it off to Newbill. Fouled shooting the three. What a weekend he's having. He had 27 yesterday. He hit 7 threes. And here he is making one and getting fouled on the shot. I'd love to slow that down and see if he got hit. Certainly didn't look like it. He may have grazed his hand when he went past. He didn't take away his landing space. Akahu checks into the game. This is just kind of his world right now, and we're living in it here at the CNA Arena in Akita. 4-point advantage. Leisner missing everything. Newbill steps back again, and that was well short. Good work, Mekawolu. And somehow was able to get it. Looked like he was going to save it and bounce to Edwards, but then didn't give up on it. Here's Akahu from the left corner. I'll tell you what, that was excellent work pushing the basketball from Kumagai. Ko Kumagai got it up the floor quickly. Collects the assists. He averages 4.4 assists per game. And there's the speed of Ogawa. I'm telling you, there is not a faster player on the court than that man, number 20, the 22-year-old Ogawa, number 7. Ooh. Kaho bumped down by Ogawa. Very intriguing player, Ogawa. Tetsuya Ogawa. Give you some more information about him. Of course, he played for Japan at the Under-19 Basketball World Cup 4 years ago. Mekuolu misses the ball, bat out of bounds. It's going to be Brex basketball. He was the specially designated player, Ogawa, in the 2022-23 and 23-24 seasons. And this year he is a full-on player. Fotu missing, the New Zealand tall black. Akaho comes out firing but misses that one, and here is Ogawa. Oh, look at him change direction. And there he is getting fouled. Back in 2021, when people were watching him, here he is, slips down. He played in the Kanto University Basketball Rookie Tournament, and he got the Outstanding Player Award for that. And then a couple years later, the 75th All-Japan University Basketball Championship Outstanding Player Award. And he was the assist king and just so the most important player. Here is the pass, and Fotu fouled by Akaho. And I think that's when you look at teams like Brex, they're just stacked. Mekuolu gets the foul with talent. But what you always want to do is you can have that specially designated player, but you want to have the young guys coming up that can learn the system, that will be able to slot right in and be full-time players, and just kind of, you know, there will always be a free agent market to go out and get players, but it's great to have young players part of the program. And another foul, this one, Akita punished, not getting the rebound. That's on Sochia, number 77. No, excuse me, that's Mekuolu, picks up his second. Wow. So Giannis Moran comes back in. Mekuolu remains on the court. And Gavin Edwards makes the free throw. Edwards had 19 points in midweek for Brex in their big win. That was against Chiba. Passing it around, 3-point shot, and doesn't fall, but Moran there, Giannis Moran for the rebound again, and they stick with it. Kurihawa tries, Moran again. My goodness, Giannis Moran not having a good day right around the hoop. fact, they lost that game against Chiba Jets 85-79. UTSUNOMIYA Brex, but they bounced back with the win yesterday. Here's Edwards. Hijima whips it inside to Fotu. And number 42, Fotu, scores. It's now an 8-point advantage. Mekawolu, pump fake, feet set, count it. Well, it's an understatement to say they were desperate for that shot to go down. This thing was starting to get away from him. Good work by Kumagai. Kumagai guarding Ikaruga. Ikaruga gets it to Gavin Edwards. And good outlet pass by Giannis Moran to Akaho. And he is fouled by Makoto Hijima. Let's have a look. Whoa, boy, I think he's fortunate to get to the line. It looked like Hijima had all ball. He goes out of the game. Watanabe comes into the game for the first time. Hironori Watanabe. And coming back into the game as well is Nakayama for Akita. So here's Akaho. I think, you know, when they call the foul on that play, the referee probably, and see there, ball don't lie, which is the old phrase, if the foul is called on the shooter that wasn't a good call, he misses the first free throw. But in any event, the referee sees the hand coming down from up high. They teach you to come from down low to go up, but more and more you see players swinging down on the ball, and it just, I think it really kind of looks more like a foul. If you're coming up, generally, they're not going to call that. Final minute, final 20 seconds, in fact. Here, this first quarter. Nice play, 3-point shot. Watanabe missing. And Leisner's got a little bit of time. He pulls up from deep, trying to bank it in or just tried to get it up. Regardless, it's UTSUNOMIYA Brex on top at the end of one, 23-19. So far, Akita 4-9 from three-point range. UTSUNOMIYA Brex 3 of 11. And Akita out-rebounding Brex 13-10, but I think if you go back and you look at some of those rebounds they had on the offensive end where they just couldn't make the shot, is maybe a little misleading, that stat. So the second quarter action underway. Kadiaga back in. They'd like to get Leisner going. Here's Agawa guarding him. Swings it to Agawa. Here is Kurihawa. Oh, no, excuse me, that was not sure who that was actually. It was Taguchi that missed that shot. And here's Fotu going to work down low. Now Taguchi goes to the right corner. And he's going to put it up again. And again, he's going to miss. But good job getting the rebound. Kadiaga gets it over to Moran. Boy, that basket has a lid on it for Giannis Moran today. He's now 1 of 6 from the floor. Watanabe bounce pass. Fotu shows us the touch. Just a friendly bounce. And timeout. Kenji Maeda wants to talk things over once again. 27-19. Brex on top. And it's those reinforcements, in my opinion, almost just as good as the starters for Brex. Fotu with 5 points. Gets the friendly bounce. They're now 9 of 19 inside the arc. Compare that to Akita Northern Happinet's 7 of 23. So shooting much better so far. UTSUNOMIYA Brex. So coming out of the timeout, Akita. See if they have a change. Kadiaga maybe with a drive. Nope, Agawa stays in front of him. Moran picks him. Kadiaga nowhere to go, and traveling is the call. No, wait, we have a difference of opinion here with the referees. No, it is going to be Watanabe and Brex with possession. Gawa brings it, guarded by Kadiaga. Here it hands it off to Watanabe. Here's Fotu, cuts into the paint and loses it out of bounds. Kadiaga. Bounce pass, Moran. And still will not drop for Giannis Moran. Now Gawa gets it down low in the foul as Fotu catches it. Whistle blows again. Still an 8-point lead for Brex. Akiyama. That's a strange one. Jarrett looked like he'd already lost control of the basketball. He was going out of bounds, and then Akiyama came up. Meanwhile, Kurihawa checks back into the game. Watanabe throws it right into the hands of Kurihawa, who doesn't waste any time, drives in and gets the foul called on Endo as he attacks. So Kurihawa steps up to the line. And makes the first. Not sure what's this delay or something on the court they want to get up. Interesting. Not sure what that is. There's Kevin Braswell's photo you can see on the right. Every time you see that, it just breaks your heart. Having passed away following during his recovery from a heart operation. But they always reserve a seat on the bench for him, put that frame there to remind you he's still in their thoughts and everybody else's. Here's Grant Jarrett from the wing. So I think the foul's called on Fotu here. It's probably some good fortune for Akita. You get a lot of boxing out, a lot of contact down low. Anyway, Akita with an opportunity here. If they can knock down a three, they can have the deficit. And they take the three and they make the three. That's exactly Taguchi, 35 years of age, still able to drill him. Endo drifts in, he misses. Makawolu with the rebound. Yaga. Kurihawa dumps it, and this time Makawolu catches it and tries to do his best imitation of Grant Jarrett with the alley-oop. And he is pushed by Endo. Well, if they could get Taguchi going. Shigehiro Taguchi has made quite a few threes. He's made 95 of 224 attempts coming into this game. So that is a weapon. Newbill, you see, checks back into the game as Akita trimmed the deficit now to just 2 points. Akahu also back in. You know, if Giannis Moran had not had such a tough day shooting, Akita would be several points ahead. He's missed a lot of shots right around the basket. Kahu with the foul. Newbill, he's been as hot as a firecracker of late. Decides not to shoot it, hands it off to Jarrett. Shot clock winding down. Little turnaround jumper for Jarrett. And chance now for Akita to take the lead. Kurihawa dribbles in, takes the shot. How about that? And he's fouled by Takashima. Chance for a three-point play for number 2. He's bold. I like him. Nice player. I like Takashima as well. But really, you got to get better defensive position rather than trying to guard him. I mean, if you know he's going all the way to the basket, that's a losing cause. He's going to go right past you. And the only other thing you could do is, instead of reaching in and slapping it, try to go up and block it once he leaps and goes for the bucket. Oh boy, he comes up well short on the free throw. I think he was thinking too much about it. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Akita with a 28-27 lead. They trailed by 8 points. Here's Newbill, picks it up. You've got to go quickly. Not much time on the shot clock. Ikaruga from deep, and Giannis Moran with the rebound. Kurihawa again, drifts in. He is fearless going to the basket. And Coronel has seen enough. He wants a timeout. 6 points. Sometimes the best shot is the highest percentage shot. And what these drives tell me is Brex are extending their defense way out, and you have to put the ball on the deck and go to the basket. And what better way to do it than to give it to number 2 and attack. Use his quickness, and he's shown twice now an ability to finish right at the rim. Kurihara had a lot of games where he wasn't playing many minutes. He's only really started getting decent minutes in this team. I mean, he had like a string of games where he just didn't play. And here he is coming up and almost getting the steal. He is locked in. Akita, no surprise, putting the pressure on. They rank #1 in steals in the B-League at 8.4 per game. They're trying to, okay guys, let's have a conversation. What's going on? Let's make sure we're all on the same page. So basketball inbounded. Ikaruga with the responsibility to bring the basketball up the floor. And the ball goes out of bounds over to Akita. Leisner comes into the game. He needs to raise his level and help this Akita team. They've come back to take the lead. They're playing well. Leisner has the quality. He's got to show it. Here's Kurihara to Leisner. Mekawolu. Kurihara, Mekawolu for three. Well, I know you can't be one-dimensional. You gotta be able to take some threes. But when you're having so much success driving to the basket, I'm surprised they didn't run something going to the basket. Oh, wide open, missing, and Ikaruga doesn't matter because the long rebound goes way out to the three-point line where Newbill is. Kaho trying to guard, gets to Jarrett. Nice little wraparound, Takeuchi, and Akaho called for the foul. Gavin Edwards comes back in, Ikaruga goes out, and Hijima also back in the game. I mean, to me, it really is a case of if you're doing something well, continue to do it. Now, I know that probably Brex are making some adjustments on defense, but if you're Akita at the other end, and you're having some success driving to the basket, keep driving to the basket. There he is, the 40-year-old Takeuchi. What a great career he's had. Amazing that you can continue to play at 40 years of age at his level, and no signs of slowing down, really. Kurihara passes back to Mekawolu. Edwards was there. Oh, nice bounce pass to Kaho. That's more like it. Just do not settle for those long ones. Just keep attacking, and you're going to have to look at this. And the steals, such a big part of this team's success. Kurihara, an offensive foul. Gavin Edwards. And by getting out and applying that pressure, you're speeding up the game. You're controlling the tempo. You're not allowing Brex, forcing them to play maybe at a pace they don't want to play. And Gavin Edwards called for the foul. Manis Moran back in the game. Giannis Moran just 2 points, 1 of 7 from the floor. He does have 8 rebounds and 3 assists, but again, I think he's had half of those rebounds on one trip down the floor where he just kept rebounding his misses. He just couldn't make it. Cajo inbounds it. Now let's see Kurihawa to see if Brex pick it up on defense. Ujima has a couple of fouls. Might want to attack him, get a third on him, and get him back out of the game. And Takashima called for the foul on Leisner, fighting for position. Yep, that's a good call. I mean, there's defending and there's covering somebody like a blanket with their hands all over him, and that was the latter for Takashima. Leisner, 29, goes to the line and misses the first free throw. He and Moran are just having a real struggle. They're combined 2 of 11 from the floor, and they can add a missed free throw to that for Leisner. Does make the second. Newbill is behind the back, gets it to the corner, wide open through. No, that's a three from Takashima. And Takashima is really trying to pick it up on defense, but maybe you can use that against him. Brex, of course, haven't made all their threes today, but they're second in three-point shooting. There's Leisner, another miss. Just cannot get it to go, and now quickly on the break, Brex, Takashima. And Brex go back in front. So Brex, second three-point shooting at 36.2%. So they will make enough to where that's going to hurt you. Akaho dribbles in much more like it. You can just go back over and over and look at how this game has been played. And when they drive to the basket, they're having success. Jarrett from deep. That's more like it for him. Jarrett had missed his first 3 threes. Now he's 1 of 4. And as a team, they are 5 of 17 from deep. Five 17. That's 29% from the floor. 29.4% from the floor. So they're going to, stands to reason that percentage will go up if they do keep putting up the threes. Brex. Meanwhile, what will Akita do? Akiyama back in. Moran. Oh, look at that. They just left him. And he drives in and finally gets one to go. He had a little bit of spin on it, but it went in and tied the game at 37. Giannis Moran. So he's got 4 points. He's now 2 of 8 from the floor. Hijima drifts in. Beautiful take from Makoto Hijima. That's where he's at his best. Driving, attacking. He can shoot it, but I think it's his driving game that kind of opens things up for him. And this time the ball goes off the hands of Giannis Moran. Akita have turned it over 5 times, but really hasn't been a problem. Here's Newbill from deep, and another 3-pointer, and the team percentage continues to go up. And a foul in the backcourt, Takashima. Kurihawa will go to the free throw line, since UTSUNOMIYA Brex are over the limit now, and Takashima has 3 fouls. So Brex now 6 of 18 from deep, from three-point range, up to 33%. So meanwhile, Kurihara continues to be a protagonist in this contest for Akita. He's got 7 points. 2 of 4 from the floor. He has a rebound, 3 assists, and a steal. And takes his time and makes both free throws. So he's now 4 of 5 from the line. And once again, it's a three-point game. Endo back into the contest, back onto the court. So about a 5.7-second differential on the game clock and shot clock. If Brex do it right, they won't leave Akita any time to take a shot or to get a rebound. Akita, meanwhile, want to use their defensive pressure. They got a foul they can give. There's Fotu. Well, they could have used the foul there. Brex did take the shot early, so they've left him with a little bit of time, and Giannis Moran does not get it off in time. Well, Brex start making some shots right at the end of the half and go back up by 5 points. It's UTSUNOMIYA Brex, already the East Conference champions, leading 44-39 here at Akita Northern HAPPINETS at halftime. 44-39, UTSUNOMIYA Brex on top of Akita Northern Happiness. And here are the highlights from the first half. Gadiaga came out. That's his only 3 points of the game. He's only attempted one shot. That was it. Makoto Hiyajima striking at the other end. Hiyajima with 5 points, 2 of 3 from the floor. Then you got Newbill, who had the 27 yesterday. He's come out firing again. 2 of 3 from three-point range. He has 9 points. This is a great play, pushing it quickly. Akaho scoring with the three-pointer. That was great work by Kumagai. And then Mekuolu getting himself open. Coming off the bench. He's 1 of 3 from the floor. That was it, but also has 5 points. Got to the line. Fotu just so difficult to contain with that sweeping little jump hook. He's got 9 points. 4 of 6 from the floor. And then coming off the bench and sparking with the 3, as he always does, Taguchi. 1 of 3 from the floor. This is where the game kind of changed for the positive for Akita. Kurihawa really took it upon himself to attack that defense and to drive in and get to the basket. He's got 8 points, and then this is a beautiful bounce pass. Mekuolu down to Akaho. And Gavin Edwards quickly to the other end, and Takashima scoring, but Takashima out of the game with 3 fouls now. Hiyajima, meanwhile, with that drive. That was his other bucket, and then Newbill, one of his 2 3-pointers. So here we are, 5-point lead for UTSUNOMIYA Brex. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go before we start the second half. And the overall stats: 2 more makes inside the arc for UTSUNOMIYA Brex, 1 more from deep. And Akita, meanwhile, of 8 of 11 at the free throw line and winning the rebounding battle. Although, again, I think it's a little misleading. With 7 offensive rebounds, I think probably 3 or 4 came on that one sequence where they failed to score. But, you know, the effort is there for Akita. They need to get Leisner and Moran up to speed, contributing something positive in this game, because everybody else is doing well. They just need their bigs to come out and deliver something, points especially, but if not, you know, don't just settle for jumpers. Go strong to the basket. So Kurihawa and Nakaho each with 8 points, 5 for Mekuolu, for Akita, Newbill and Fotu each with 9 points, 7 for Grant Jarrett for Brex. And you also have Jarrett with the 6 rebounds, Newbill with the 4 assists, Kurihawa with 3 assists to go with his 8 points, and 8 rebounds for Giannis Moran. Key players, and certainly Newbill is playing like it. 9 points, 4 assists, hit a couple of threes. Gadiaga, key player for Akita, just hit that 1 3-pointer. could see Gadiaga play, in fact, for Chinese Taipei, FIBA Asia Cup this summer. That'll be exciting for him. So we are now underway here in the second half. Kurihawa hands it off to Moran, who tries to get it down to Leisner. And just, I have no idea what Giannis Moran is doing there. Throwing it into traffic. No chance he's going to catch it. Jarrett takes it deep. Good defense from Moran. Got his hand up. Gadiaga missing it from deep. Iajima whips it down low. Grant Jarrett nowhere to go. He's sandwiched. Gets it out to Endo for three. Well, the defense good so far for Akita. Nakayama. Thought about putting it up. Gets it to Moran, and another miss for Giannis Moran. Just cannot buy a bucket today. That's been the story of this game for Akita. He knows it. He knows he's not delivering right now, but they don't have any other options. They've got to continue to go to him. But he has to be able to make that shot. Just a couple of feet away from the basket. Endo from deep, and that just adds insult. When you miss an easy one and then the other team goes to the other end and hits a three-pointer, it's a real momentum killer. Kurihawa pulls up. Iajima back to Jarrett. Endo just hit one, make it two, same spot, and the lead goes to 11. All 9 points from Endo coming from three-point range today. He's now 3 of 7 from deep. .8% shooting from Endo, and he's also just scored 4,000 points in his B.LEAGUE career. So something tells me we might hear from Endo after the game, especially if UTSUNOMIYA win. So coming out of the timeout, Akita looking for some success. Leisner gets it, bounce pass to Moran. Back outside, Kurihawa for three, wide open. Great play, feet set. Nobody within 5 steps of him. Newbill to Endo. Didn't catch it, but the ball went to Takeuchi. Newbill to Endo. Well, when you're hot, why not? But that was a heat check for Endo. And Newville commits a foul. Gavin Edwards comes back into the game. Akiuchi out. Nice pass to Kurihawa. Leisner follows up the miss. It is incredible how they just cannot finish Moran and Leisner anything today. I mean, it is almost inexplicable. He gets it right there. That's where he's got to finish. Okay, granted, he does have a couple of big guys right there with him, but I'm sure he would say that he feels like he must finish those. Just one of those days for Leisner and Moran. Foul called. Moran and Leisner now combined 3 of 18 from the floor. And I think what's probably frustrating for Maeda is we see Newville taking the 3. Look at this. Jarrett with the rebound, misses with the putback. What's frustrating for Maeda is that they're not just misses, but they're misses where the majority of them, they're very makeable shots. Kurihawa bounce pass to Moran. Yama knocks it down. Back to a 5-point game. The guard play has been really good. Akaho comes back in. Mekawolo as well is back into the game. So Moran and Leisner both go out. No, excuse me, Leisner remains in the game. Mekawolo back in. There's Kurihawa, forced to pick up his dribble. Nakayama drives in and loses it out of bounds as he took on Hiyajima. Good job to Hiyajima. And Makoto Hiyajima, maybe he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves for his defense. Jarrett has it. Backs up against Mekawolo. Nothing you can do about that. Great finish. Back to 7-point lead. Leisner drives. At least on this one with Leisner, he was attacking. You would think that maybe he might be able to get a foul called. He doesn't. And the frustration continues. Nakayama, meanwhile, called for that foul. Takashima comes back in. He has 3 fouls. So 2. See what he can do against Mekawolo. And the pass almost intercepted by Kurihawa. Remember, this is the #1 team in steals in the B-League. Kurihawa goes out. Played very well. Kumagai, meanwhile, comes into the game. Takashima from deep. And this is So that gives Akita another chance. Kaho. Another turnover. Good job, though, getting the hands up. And the steal. Kaho. Mekawolu. Nakayama. Probably a pass he should have caught, although I won't say it was an easy one. He's got to be able to catch that. If he were down at his feet, then maybe not. Newbill's progress impeded by Kumagai. And here's the exciting Ogawa back into the game. Nubo goes to the line. Nubo makes one of two. Kumagai from deep. And the guards continue to deliver for Akita. Oh, nice play, Ogawa. You just gotta love him. Line comes back into the game. It's back to a 7-point lead for Brex. They haven't slammed the door shut. And great defense from guess who? Ogawa, who just really is just taking over, folks. You can only be impressed. So back to live action. Kumagai, his team down 9, puts it up and makes it. So the foul called on Gavin Edwards. Take a moment, gather. Takaho making sure he's okay. Pass gets away into the hands of Newbill, who quickly gets it up to Takashima, who doesn't catch it. And the guy has it now. That pass is deflected into the hands. And here's Ogaya again. Ogawa missing. Well, he'll be disappointed he didn't finish that. Here's the lob. And again, another spurned opportunity. Nekawulu this time. Takashima wide open. And the lead now 10. Nekawulu, maybe a little fortunate they keep it. Well, I think really with Akita, you know, they've had so many opportunities that they've spurned, and ultimately I think it's going to be difficult for them to overcome that. They still got a chance here. But they have made life difficult for themselves, and here they are turning it over right on the inbounds. Hijima strokes it from deep, and is the biggest lead of the game now for Brex. Here's Moran. Kumagai for 3. Well, he's doing his best to keep him in it. He's brought the spark in this second half. Votu, how about that? The big fella. Right at the end. That's what you call an end of the third quarter dagger from number Fotu. Fotu. (66-53). UTSUNOMIYA Brex on top of Akita Northern Happiness. 10 minutes remaining.
Takashima making the three.
He's played hard today. He's fouled a lot. Hijima making the three. Remember, the UTSUNOMIYA Brex team is one of the best three-point shooting teams. In the B.LEAGUE, and they've shown it shooting right at 40%, so actually shooting it better from deep. So two going out, knocking one down. And Hijima Hijima's gotten his. I'm just looking at how many players have hit threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different players for Brex now that Fotu has struck have hit from three-point range. And Hijima with the lob to Edwards, passes it back outside. Hijima open, looks good, is good. Well, he is feeling it. 11 points. That's your number one three-point shooter. Still think that what makes him go are his drives. And there's Edwards hustling down the floor, and it looks like Akita have kind of lost a little bit of energy here. The lead has ballooned to 18. Nice pass to Leisner. And Leisner finally gets one to go. Jarrett, bounce pass, look at that. Beautiful basketball. Hijima now with 13 points after that make. 3 of 4 from three-point range. Well, the effort has been there for Akita today. Just a little bit of a lull in the last few possessions, which has kind of contributed, I think, to UTSUNOMIYA opening up their lead to 18 points. Kurihara drives in. That's been their best play of the day right there. He's terrific driving. He's got 13 points, the majority of them on drives. Ikaruga. He was able to work his way past Kurihara. 31 years of age. Kaho thought about launching it. Nakayama just off target. They've actually shot it very well from deep. They're now 9 of 19, just under 50%. Jarrett catches it, lays it up and in. Hijima pulling all the strings. Gets the assist. 4 assists to go with his 13 points. And Hijima this time with the bump. Interesting, we haven't seen as much of Gadiaga today as you might expect. He's only played 13 minutes and 23 seconds. Leisner from deep. It's the 3. And maybe Leisner is a player that needs to knock down a couple of jumpers from deep to get his all-around game going. Because before he's been taking some mid-range shots a few steps away from the basket. Here's Edwards, knocked away. And great defense once again from Akita, showing why they lead in steals. Although that was probably helped by Edwards putting the ball down, with Mekawolu getting a hand on it, disrupting his attack. Another timeout, 17-point difference. Still time for Akita, but they're gonna have to play very well down the stretch to get a win. They lost yesterday's game by 11 points. They also lost a couple of games to Brex in January 11th and 12th. One of them by 39 points. So there's no doubt, there's definitely a gulf in class, but Akita, I think for the most part, played very well for about 25 minutes today. They just really have shot themselves in the foot with so many misses. So 17-point lead, Brex. And Hijima this time forcing one up. Not a good shot. Kurihawa nowhere to go for him this time. And he's able to get to Mekawolu. And Mekawolu trying to do too much. But they get it back. So back to live action after the slight delay, 6.5 minutes to go. Kurihawa keeps it, bounce past Leisner, and doesn't get it off in time. Brex closing out the final month of this regular season, getting ready for the playoffs, looking to remain sharp, leading by 17 against a team that could very easily have at least be 500, 26-28 coming into today. Here's Fotu, but we've seen the higher quality of play definitely from Brex here in this last several minutes. Kurihara gets around Edwards, and this time off target with his layup attempt. So he fouls Hijima. Plenty of fouls to give. Kurihara sits down. Well, you feel like with Kurihara, he's given everything. And we're going to see some others now. Matoda checks into the game. Tayo Matoda. Takeuchi back in as well. For Brex, look at the bounce pass to Gawa. Newbill. Mekawolo with the rebound. So 5 minutes remaining. Ordinarily, I'd say this is winning time, but I think it's going to be a little bit too much for this Akita Northern Happiness team to overcome, although you never know. You never want to write them off completely. 16-point deficit after Gadiaga knocks down his second three-pointer of the day. In fact, he's 2 of 3 from three-point range. Maybe he needs to get a few more shots up. Well, certainly want to send out our best wishes to Nano Ginsberg, head coach of Kawasaki Brave Thunders, who's returned home to have an operation, and I'm not exactly sure what the issues is. But nevertheless, the last games of Alvark Tokyo will be coached by Jeffrey Katsushisa. The last 7 games. Ginsberg, of course, led Czechia to the quarterfinals of the World Cup in 2019. Three-point shot, no good. That was Matoda. There's Endo. Edwards, or no, Fotu rather. And the foul down low as the frustration continues. You can see Leisner trying to box out Takeuchi. You watch sometimes, it's almost like a wrestling match breaks out. His teams battle for position. Players battle for position. Fotu misses with a little hook shot. That was more of a traditional hook shot for Isaac Fotu. Under 4 minutes remaining. Here's Gadiaga. Newville had 27 points yesterday. Running the show. A little bit surprised he's still out there, to be honest. Here's Fotu. And his second three of the day. 85-63. I mean, Fotu kind of revealing or reminding everybody he's a basketball player that can do multiple things. Of course, you come from New Zealand, there's a pretty good chance you can stroke the three-pointer. They have a huge reputation. Some great three-point shooters down there. Takeuchi. Gadiaga again missing. Akita are going to play Sendai 89ers in midweek. On Wednesday, and there's Takeuchi. Nice little finish around the rim. And coming up in 3 days, we'll see UTSUNOMIYA Brex taking on Alvar Tokyo. So that'll be a big game in terms of heavyweights. That was Matoda missing. Foul Mekawolu coming over the back. You don't want to see anybody get hurt at the end of a game like this. It's long since been decided, and I think for that reason, obviously, you get your starters out. Newville. Ogawa comes back into the game. Puts it up from the elbow. Probably that perimeter game is probably where Ogawa has to work most on his game, as we have the bucket. Going to look at his numbers. Atsuya Ogawa. And we have Murakishi checking into the game, the 27-year-old. Well, he has hit Ogawa 18 of 46 from three-point range. Nothing to sneeze at, 39.1%. And Brex just kind of slamming the door shut completely. That bucket for Ishikawa. Murakishi hands it off to Ishikawa. No Yuta Tabuse today. He's here but not dressed out for the game. Here's Fotu driving in. Fotu with 17 points, which is a game high. He's made a couple of three-pointers. Fotu here late in the second half, or in the second half. 47.1 seconds remain. Koshigaya Alphas and Labanga Hokkaido playing in midweek. Looking forward to that game. Be bringing you the action on that one. But Akita, again, probably 25 minutes today. They were right there. And I think just the overall struggles of Giannis Moran and Leisner, unfortunately for those guys, hasn't helped their chances. They're 6 of 21 combined from the floor today. And then when things started to unravel, they turned it over quite a bit. Ishikawa misses it. They have turned it over a little bit. I won't say that was what cost them the game, but it didn't. It kind of made the game ugly when they started turning it over. Gadiaga, nice drive. Brex will inbound it and just dribble it out. So that's it, folks. Another impressive performance for UTSUNOMIYA Brex as they get a sweep of Akita Northern Happinets. It was a really good game for probably 60%, and then UTSUNOMIYA Brex pulled away for an 89-72 victory. There's Fotu, had the game high 17 points. Takashima came out and played his usual tough-nosed defense today. He finished with 8 points as well. And Zico Coronel, the head coach, continues to have this Brex team moving in the right direction since being handed the head coaching reins following the passing of Coach Kevin Braswell. So we're going to hear from Brex as they say thank you to the Akita, the fans here in Akita that came to watch the game, those of Akita and also their own fans. Don't forget, Yusuke Endo scored or reached the 4,000 point mark in his career in the B-League, so I'm guessing we'll hear from him or certainly hear about that achievement. Meanwhile, the Akita players take their bows in front of their fans, and some disappointment for Nakayama. I think the only consolation you could take is that you were playing one of the better teams today. And now let's hear from Brex coach Zico Coronel.
はい、インタビューをさせていただきます。まずは本日の勝利おめでとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
本日の試合を通して勝因はどう考えていらっしゃいますでしょうか。
I think we got really good contributions from a lot of our group. It wasn't one or two players, but many players showing up, making their positive contributions, and when we do that, it's hard to mess with us.
本当に1人2人の選手ではなくて、本当に たくさんの選手が、このチームに、素晴らしい貢献をしたと、そのみんながたくさんの選手がいいパフォーマンスをすると、相手としても止めづらい、状態にはなると思うので、そこが勝因かなと思います。
いや、その中でもですね、小川選手や高島選手といった本当に若い選手が躍動していっている姿が、成長していっている姿が見えるんですが、いかがでしょうか。
Yeah, I think the turning point in the game was probably their defensive pressure. I think he showed on a pick and roll, and Atsu got a deflection, went down and laid the ball up, and then that kind of took it from being a competitive game to us starting to pull away. So that's the athleticism they can give us.
そうですね、本当に彼らのディフェンスの激しさというところが、ここの秋田さんと点差を開かす、要因になったかなと、開く要因になったかなと思います。ポテト選手がいいショーをしたときに、小川選手が、インターセプトして、そこから速攻につなげることができたので、そのあたりから試合がちょっと動いたかなと思います。
素晴らしいですね。じゃあ次節はですね、いよいよホームに戻ってですが、次節への抱負をお願いいたします。
We close with 5 home games now, so it'd be great to get a sellout, everyone back at home, have that place absolutely yellow. Don't let no Tokyo fans get in the building. We don't want no red there or yellow. We owe those guys. We owe them.
残り、5試合、ホームで戦えるので、満員御礼で、ホームコートで、黄色一色のアリーナでプレーしたいと思うので、アルバルク東京の赤は、コート上に見たくありません。黄色一色で、染めて、ブレックスを後押ししてもらえたらと思います。よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。
Safe travels home to everyone.
皆さん気をつけて帰ってください。
You see Coach Kevin Braswell, the late Kevin Braswell, and his good friend Zico Coronel. You know that it's must weigh heavily on Coronel, everything that's happened. He's taking the moment. Here he is, Endo. No doubt the 4,000 point question is coming up.
まずは今日の勝利おめでとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
この秋田との2戦通していかがでしたでしょうか。
そうですね、ディフェンスの強度が高いチームで、水曜日の試合で千葉にその強度の高さで押し負けてしまって敗戦してたので、この土日それを課題に自分たちはチャレンジして2連勝できてよかったなと思います。
はい、NBL の時、そして、B リーグ初年度からディフェンスの職人というふうに言われた遠藤選手ですが、本日4000得点を達成しました。今のお気持ちはいかがでしょうか。
ここまで積み重ねてこれてよかったなと思います。はい、
素晴らしいです。はい、そうしましたらですね、次節への抱負をお願いいたします。
来週の水曜日はホームでアルバルクとの試合なんですけど、本当に自分たちの課題をしっかりクリアにして、アルバルクに対しても、自分たちらしいバスケットができるようにいい準備ができたなと思ってます。
はい、勝利、そして記録達成、本当におめでとうございました。ありがとうございます。
Well, Yusuke Endo came out and put on a show today with his three-point shooting. Finished with 12 points after making 4 of 8 from deep and reached the 4,000 point plateau in his career in the B.LEAGUE. Here's the highlights of the action. And Akita Northern Happinets, that was the story of their game right there. Misses on that occasion. They were able to get a three-pointer after getting the offensive rebound. Yajima knocked one down and ended up having a good day shooting it from three-point range today. Yajima hit 3 of 5 from deep. And Newbill hit 7 threes yesterday, not quite as many today, just 2 of 5, but didn't really aggressively look for his shot, I didn't think. Much more patient, let the game come to him. And then you had Agawa showing his talent, driving to the basket. And this was the guy that really wreaked havoc for 2, especially in the second half. The three-pointer was good. By the way, with Endo, I'll let you watch the highlights. Well, I'll tell you what Endo said. He said, I'm glad to make a new record. We still have the Alvark Tokyo game. This is a tough game, I think, so we'll prepare for that, and we'll win. So thanks for everybody for that support. This is New Bill. Endo, again, one of his 4 threes. That shot as well from Nakayama. He was a contributor. Grant Jarrett. He didn't really have a big scoring weekend. He was 5 of 11 from the floor, 11 points. But the value of Jarrett, it's not just summed up in scoring. It's also his defense, his block shots. Today he had 3 steals. You had Agawa just continuing to take advantage of his opportunities. Here he is getting the steal and going all the way in for the layup. And after the miss, you can see that Brex punished him. Takashima. From a guy with the 3 and Iijima. Just felt like they were able to pick up their game in a big way late. Good finish from Kurihara. And then Jarrett scoring. Overall, just a solid performance. Here they are on the break again. Po2 laying it up and in. Interesting that they finished with 20 fast break points today to 8 for Akita, a team that is so good in terms of putting pressure on opponents and getting steals. Ishikawa coming in here late and showing his quality as well. "12 steals for Brex against the Northern Happinets." And you see the Brex, go Brex signs. Their fans do travel to support them. So you look at the final game stats: shooting, rebounding, 35-32 advantage for Akita on the rebounding. But the bench points, or excuse me, the turnovers, 16 turnovers for Akita, 9 for Brex. Akita was 10 of 13 at the stripe. That helped him for a while. But just 7 more makes inside the arc for Brex as they pulled away. In terms of bench play, 39 points off the bench for Brex and 29 for Akita. A little bit surprising, that rebounding number. I mean, the points off turnovers is quite substantial. 18 points scored off turnovers for Brex, just 3 for this Akita Northern HAPPINETS team. So Fotu had the 17 points, 13 for Hijima, 12 for Endo. Kurihara, 13 points. Leisner had 11, and Gadiaga had 8 for the Northern HAPPINETS. UTSUNOMIYA outscored them 45-33 in that second half. Moran had 13 rebounds and 5 assists, a little surprising. 8 rebounds for Jarrett, 8 assists for Newbill, key player. So, coming up in midweek, Akita playing at Sendai, and UTSUNOMIYA Brex there in that left column at home to Alvark Tokyo. 7:05 p.m. local game, local start, and I'll be calling the Koshigaya, the Lavanga Hokkaido game. Looking forward to having you with us. Thanks for watching, everybody. One final time, UTSUNOMIYA Brex winning it 89-72 over the Akita Northern HAPPINETS.